week. Only 2 episodes. Yes, we are live with IG and YouTube on the scene today. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. Thanks to Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Fall winter line out now, and it is fire. Let me tell you something right now. It is fire. It is ready. It is loaded for bear and ready to go for your fall and winter needs. I just picked this one out for tonight. And yeah, it's looking good. It's looking great. It's looking great. So thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. Hello, Kathy. How are you? And we're going to get into this today. Yes, indeed. I hope you had a great day. Hope you had a great week. Again, like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I picked up some new subscribers this week as well, which is very, very good for me. So thank you very much for your support, as always. And yes, Blue Jays in the background, as always, checking on scores. But again, let's go to this score right here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. The Brick Lady has finally hit the wall. Yes, indeed, due to some fantastic investigative journalism by Twitter and TikTok and Instagram investigators alike, doing some CSI journalism, to say the least, to some investigative reporting of the highest order. Yes, Rhoda Osmond has been found out. She has been found out big time, because not only is this the first time of doing this, this is not the second time of doing this. She has done this since 2020. This is an ongoing scam that has been pulled off by this lady. In this instance, if you did not know, if you didn't watch the Top of Time Live last week, she got hit by a supposed brick to her face. No lacerations, no nothing. It's just, no sign of visible injury, no sign of visible swelling. But again, so we were, as I said last week, I was quite fearful. I did tread lightly, if you heard me last week on Talk Live, about if this lady is indeed rightfully telling the truth on this matter, and if she is indeed in need of assistance from not only the Pink Mafia, not only the Alphabet Gang, but from men alike, men who she swears to high heaven that she does not want or need. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you didn't catch that? Okay, wait a second. Just let's go there right now. You know, I'm always planning for these certain things and these certain ideas, but again, we're going to get into it right now on Talk Live. So here we go. Bang, bang. Yes, indeed. So let's just get to the actual film here on Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live here. And we're going to get back to the brawl that started all here. We're just going to do a little recap, and then we're going to actually get into, all the evidence that has piled up against her. And now that has literally, had her take down her profile on TikTok, on Instagram, on GoFundMe. Literally. It may be still up, but at last count, she was earning about $42,000, people. $42,000 for something that, well, as we will show tonight, she made up. She literally made up. So, again, let's get into it. Let's get into it right now. We're going to carry this piece on from last week here. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. This is from Please Act Right. Please subscribe to this man. This guy's doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets, especially for Red Pill / Black Manosphere content. And we're going to get into it right now with, the brawl that started it all. Well, the supposed brawl that started it all. We're going to get into it right now from Please Act Right. Thank you for our owl. Thank you for that. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Let's get into it right now. So this is this happened just after Labor Day last week. So this is after Labor Day. She's supposedly been hit by a brick. And she's crying out the fact that she did not receive attention, let alone male attention. But we'll show that she wasn't exactly crying out for male attention in the past. Actually, she wasn't foregoing. She wasn't exactly, asking for male attention. Actually, she was asking for female attention. That's right. She is a lesbian. And yes, you'll see in this little montage here put up by Please Act Right that she only wanted them to come to her rescue because they were the protectors and providers. You don't believe me? You think I'm lying? Okay. You can see here on Talk Live on YouTube. But I'll play it out, and you can hear it in the background if you're on Instagram. Let's go.
Hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. Well, if you haven't seen it already, there's a young lady that's saying that a guy hit her in the face with a brick because he asked her for a phone number and she told him no. If you haven't seen it already, let's roll that 30-second clip.
And just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a. Yeah, this man hit me. He grabbed a rock and he hit me in my face, and I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man. Do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Oh,
Now, whenever I see videos like this,
Now, did you hear that in the background, people? I believe she called for a. Let me see. It's 3 letters, starts with an M, ends with an N, and is the masculine part of the human individual. That's right, it's a man. Good. Ding, ding, ding. If you guessed that right, hey, listen, 1,000 points to you. But again, she was asking for a man, but you'll see later that she, this could be a misnomer. This could be she could be in shock. Because usually what she calls out for is, wait for it, hold on, here it comes.
before I start feeling sorry for her, I always stop and think to myself, did she do anything outlandish to provoke this guy to hit her? Now, for the record, I don't condone any man putting his hands on or attacking a woman, but it seems to me like there's more to the story than she's telling us, and I have proof there was. She's not the innocent person she's pretending to be.
ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Oh, really? Well, here's her slapping a white guy.
Literally,
Again, if you didn't see it here on Talk Live on YouTube, she slaps a white man. This is in full perpetuity. Fair use. She slaps a white guy and walks away and twerks, ladies and gentlemen. The official dance move of the modern woman. The twerk. Yes, indeed. So she twerked in recognition. It was like it's like a touchdown dance. For the ladies, because she just did slap a guy, which we would consider 6 points, and again she twerked. So let's move on.
man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What are you gonna do?"
So a man asks you for your phone number. You say no, and he just automatically picks up a brick and says, what are you gonna do? Once again, I'm not saying that she should have gotten hit with a brick, but she's not telling us the whole story.
And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick on my face? And he's holding a brick.
And while he's holding this brick, threatening to hit you with it, you just stood there.
And all these is watching, and nobody does nothing.
Then why didn't you leave?
And he hits me in my face, and they all just watch. And they let that man get in a corner. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
I'm sorry, but they didn't do anything to
So
you.
remember the premise here, people. She is she swears she was totally innocent. She was just out for a good night out. Now again, she's not wearing the same outfit in the slap video as she was on the night in question. However, she was saying that she was out there just enjoying herself, minding her own business. A man asked for her number. She did not give it to him, and therefore I wouldn't say her comeuppance. I do not advocate violence against women in any way, shape, or form. Those who know me know this to the core of my being. Yet, indeed, for her denial and for her, for her standing up for herself, she gets hit by a brick. So she, as you heard, asks and pleads for not ladies, men, and she ends up in the hospital still asking for men. Yes, indeed. However, the proof is coming. Hold on. I'm just setting the scene.
The guy with the brick was the one that did something to you. And just in case you weren't paying attention, young lady, you stood around and waited to get hit. How did you become all the other men out there's responsibility to protect you? A woman that clearly doesn't have the common sense to protect herself by simply leaving the area. If this was a man telling the same story, I would say the same thing. Why the hell did you stick around to get hit with a brick?
I don't even care about my face because I'm still gonna be prettier than all of y'all niggas because I have a pretty heart. But my heart is broken, y'all. My heart is broken.
Heart is broken.
I will stand up for any of y'all. I stand up for everybody.
Okay, remember, she said she would stand up for anyone. But as will be seen, she said she'll stand up for anybody. Thank you very much for the comment, Chanel. Never in my life has a man ever laid hands on me, not contributing to what happened to what happened. Okay, well, okay, fair. Again, well, men are, should keep their hands to themselves. All people should keep their hands to themselves. I think there is a better way of doing things, and de-escalation is that way. No one should be laying hands on each other, period. However, if one is exposed to such violence, one should be able to de-escalate, if not defend themselves. So let's leave it at that. So let us continue with this. She's done hitting people's faces, and she's walking off again.
I stand up for everybody.
Stand up for everybody.
And nobody ever stands up for me.
No one stands up for her.
And my heart is broken.
Those words will prove to be very, very prophetic, because at the end of the day, no one's standing up for her. Oh no, we have receipts to say that there are people standing up for her many times before and again. And this is just another episode of her asking for people to stand up for her. Hold on.
Of course, I found this video.
Happy Pride. I hope every black woman is kissing another black woman.
So clearly, she's not into men. And I don't have a problem with that. That's your business. Do you?
Because we are the innate protectors and the providers. We protect societies, we protect communities.
So why didn't the women protect you that night? Because there were women out there. She was talking to one of them on the video.
With our intellectual property, with our lived experiences, with our breast milk, with our bodies, we're the ones.
She said with their intellectual properties, which means literature. Does she mean literature like this?
I'm introducing my new book. I bring nothing to the table.
Is that the intellectual property that she's talking about? And then she says women are protectors with their breast milk and their bodies? What?
The providers. We protect societies, we protect communities, with our intellectual property, with our lived experiences, with our breast milk, with our bodies. We're the ones. And the two. Bitch, not even the three.
Yes. She says that her protectors are the Alphabet Gang, the Pink Mafia, a.k.a. the LGBTQ2 squared family. Those are her protectors. Those are her providers. Yet, we heard earlier, when she's in real trouble, what does she ask for? One of us. One of the cisgendered males walking the earth. In this instance, it's Houston. Dateline Houston. That she's asking for. Men. Not ladies. Not her. Pig Mafia. Not her. Alphabet Gang. Nope. She's asking for men. But in here, because they are the ultimate protective providers, because they help with intellectual property and with their hips and their breasts. Wait! You can't make this. She's saying, literally, because of their hips and breasts. Yeah, they're the ones who protect society. They're the ones who keep society at peace. They're the ones who have humbled the elements, tamed the elements, provided food, shelter, and provision for all, made society so safe that she can say such things, because I don't see any, well, you know, I mean, far be it for me to say, I don't see any women on any construction sites. I don't see any women, well, I mean, I see women police officers, but I don't see many. I don't see many women doing the dangerous, the dirty, the STEM, the infrastructure, the utilities, the jobs that move society forward. But she's saying that because they do it with their breasts and their intellectual properties. You can't make this up.
Because men are not providers and protectors, not innately, because they only protect what they possess.
She said it. Men only protect what they possess. And clearly, you are not a possession of any of those men that were out there. So why are you expecting them to protect you? Oh, I see. You don't want a man's protection until you need a man's protection. You see how they want to just flip the switch on and off at their convenience? I don't need you. Why aren't you helping me?
But we protect everybody.
We're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it right there for this segment of the conversation. Actually, I may go a little further, but you can see that, you know, as I just said, when it came to protection, she needs a man. But men are getting smarter these days. We realize that we only protect those who are our immediate family, to those who we could claim as our own. So therefore, our wives, our mothers, our sisters, our cousins, our family, our daughters. Other than that, we call the police. If not, we stay out of it. Why? Because we know the repercussions of any sort of confrontation with any other man. We could die that night. We could die. Hold on. I have a few comments from Chanel here. Let me see. She said, if someone lays their hands on me, my son, and my male BFFs have to deal with... okay, well, Chanel, to be fair, I would, abstain from any such confrontation because, again, it can get messy. And if it gets messy, people can, so I would say stay out of such altercations, leave it to the authorities, if not the men, to deal with. And yes, we continue.
And we provide, baby, okay? So I hope you catch a girl tonight, because I hope I do. Ew. And don't forget, before there was feminism, it was lesbians who were living those lives without worried about this. Like, they were not worried about this. They were decentering men. So before there was feminism, there were lesbians. Hey, excuse me, thank you.
And there you have it. Clearly, this woman despises black men. She's pushing the agenda for black women to get with other women, not men. Remember, I said she was leaving a whole lot out? Once again, I'm not condoning the guy's action, but here's a young man that said he was out there.
Okay, we stop it right there.
And he's describing.
Yeah, thank you very much to my man. Please Act Right. Go and subscribe to URL. We're doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets. Right, now, we've given you context. We've given you background. Now it's time to go to it, right? It's time to get into it. No wasting time. No lollygagging. No pussyfooting around, as they say. Now, again, fast forward 7 days. A lot of men on these TikTok, Instagram, Twitter streets have done their research. They've done the math. They've done the work necessary. And look what they came up with. They came up with a lot of proof of this woman scamming men this same way 2, 3, 4 times over. We're going to give a quick synopsis here, and then we're going to go into something a little more at length, to say the least. So again, but first, let's get into this part right here, brought to us by MTR, Mediocre Tutorial Reviews. He's doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets, doing a very successful man on YouTube, dealing with issues of red pill and of black manosphere and, intersexual dynamics, period. So, here we go. We're going to get into it right now. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live. Do we have any comments just to check? Because I don't feel... Okay, we're good. I saw some comments over here. That's true. So, let's get back into it. Yes, indeed. We have mediocre tutorial reviews. Now, again, here is more proof that the lady in question, Miss Rhoda Osmond, had not been hit by anything, actually. This was a fictitious sort of altercation that took place, and these two on-scene witnesses came to the fore and had something to say about it. So thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go.
Coming from the gas station.
We just came from the gas station, right? And she was talking about she got hit with the brick. You know what I mean?
And we was asking.
So we just like, what just happened, bro?
Hit
Who
you?
just hit you with a brick? She talking about a guy in the
Took
suit.
off.
You know what I mean? But we saw the guy out here though. We never knew he was a bad guy though. You know what I mean? We saw the guy out here, like we working and stuff like that. So that was like around here and stuff like that. It was moving and stuff like that with the girl before she got hit with the brick, you know. So what happened? We just don't know what happened. I think they had like an argument or something like that. We just don't know.
Before
you know,
she was trying to fight with another.
yeah, she was trying to fight with another girl right there before she got hit with a brick. You know what I mean? She was trying to fight. You know what I mean?
Pay attention to what they just said for later in the video. Trying to fight another young woman. Interesting.
So what happened is we were just out here. We was chilling and stuff like that. We went in the gas station. Right after we came back outside, she was right there talking about I got hit with the brick, you know. And we was trying to help her. That's all we was trying to do. You see what I'm saying? We were trying to help her. I called the police and stuff like that. They pulled up. I talked to them. I know they got the video. The police got the video. Yeah, we can pull out the video. I was talking to the police. She was behind me, you know.
I think it's important to show this because her narrative in her video was, why didn't y'all help me? But they're saying that they never even saw what happened. But yet, they called the police. But I'm putting this on my platform to exonerate these young men. Within her video, you can see their faces. So I want to give this more eyes to continue to turn that narrative around.
Remember the initial video?
So again, we have on-scene witnesses saying that there was no altercation. Literally, she was arguing with a woman, and then she's crying that she got hit by a brick. So no one really saw her actually getting hit by a brick. No one saw any altercation with another man. She was just literally arguing with someone, then arguing with arguing with a man in the suit, arguing a man with a woman. And then she turns around saying she got hit by a brick, but by some man. And then she's asking for protection of the same men she ridiculed earlier on. So, again, but now we're taking it back. Now we're going to where all this misfeasance and all these issues stem from is the fact that this woman has tried in 2023, but she's also tried in 2022. She's also tried in 2021, and she's also tried in 2020. Yes, indeed. The same issues. Now remember, this lady's in the medical field, so it'll come to light soon enough. You'll hear about it in a second. Thank you very much.
When she was in the hospital and she said this.
I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody.
She's a liar.
Remember, she slapped.
Because this woman hasn't.
Remember, she's had a history of slapping men, especially white men, on the street, unprovoked, and then twerking as a touchdown dance. Okay, so let's go.
Violence. This person saying I was a victim of hers when she hit me and my friends with bottles and slapped the guy next to us. It wasn't a skit. She does it for views. She hit y'all with bottles. She has several GoFundMes saying she assaulted for years. Now I know you guys may be thinking, whatever. This is somebody else lying. No, we got receipts, man. So this is Roe messaging a woman. Bitch, I'm going to ruin you. And then this is her also putting her story. She put a bounty on this woman's head for a ban, bro. Look, I interrupt my piece for a very important message. Anyone know where this hoe reside? I have $1,000 for you. If you have her work location, I'll throw in another $200. Thank you. She put $1,200 on this woman's head. Once again, remember what she said?
I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody.
This says, did y'all record?
Not so innocent, is she? Clearly, she's had issues with not only men, but women as well. Now, these are the same women whom she swears down that are the protectors and providers of herself, and to whom she is attracted sexually. Guess love and hip hop go out the window in certain circumstances, especially with the ladies. Just saying. I mean, happy Pride. Anyways, let's get into it.
Her throwing the bottles The person's response saying the club owners blank got it on security footage. We took cover and was hit by glass ricocheting from it bursting. The owner has opened an investigation with police, so I was not given the blank because it's an ongoing investigation. So then it says I was able to get that paperwork because she admitted to the attacks on this video. Her boyfriend pulled a gun on one of the people in the parking lot and they fled the scene. Oh, that's the type of protection she wants. She wants you pulling guns on dude. That's what she wanted the male bystander to do. Pull a gun on the brick man. Okay.
Let's watch her explain it.
I whooped your ass, whooped your friend ass, whooped all they ass.
Of course she smokes cigarettes. Didn't see that one coming. No wonder she sounds like that. Lay off of them.
The Tory Burch shoe in their face, bitch. And guess what? Don't care. Because that $400 shoe, I can buy it again tomorrow. Guess who's going to buy it from? And he don't like you. He push your fat ass stretch more.
Once again, let's go back to what she said in the hospital though.
I never did anything in
Liar.
my life
Liar.
to hurt anybody.
And here's a letter from the sheriff.
Before we get into the sheriff's letter, did you hear the threats uttered from Madam Osmond? She was going to put $1,000 bounty on a woman's head. She did that. She did that on TikTok. She was wishing for a man with a gun to confront the lady she had an altercation with. And she vowed to have revenge on the same woman she had a disagreement with, that she had an argument with, that she had a near altercation, a near incident with, ladies and gentlemen. But she never hurt anybody in her life. Never hurt anyone in life before. Clearly she wanted to lay hands on somebody else, didn't she? Now, I don't know if they are the Christian hands. Well, I don't know. Well, anyway, I don't know if they're the Christian hands. She so eloquently puts out. She doesn't put any. She doesn't speak of Christianity or any such thing. She's talking about hands in the not so biblical sense. Okay, fair. So therefore, now we have a threat against a woman's life. We have a woman who slapped men at random, which you've seen on Talk Live here, live on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So you've seen that too. And now we have this here on YouTube. This looks like a letter from the sheriff's office. Okay, let's get into it.
Sheriff's Department essentially sending her a cease and desist letter for harassment. Not going to read the whole thing. The victim has asked that you stop communicating by them by means of blocking your communication. Your refusal to comply with the victim's request and your continued engagement in the unlawful conduct specified above will be a violation of the Texas Penal Code, harassment 4207. Your actions could result in criminal penalties being brought against you, which could include confinement and or fines. She's the worst type of scammer, using actual...
So therefore, we have a police report, the police report being filed by the woman she wished to put a bounty of $1,200 on. And she's been asked to cease and desist all communications with the woman in the altercation that she wishes to, off from the face of the earth, turn into ether, literally, put in a body bag. And she's asked to do that or else she will face charges of contempt and be thrown in jail. Wonderful. Fantastic. Continue. I'm sorry. I interrupt you, MTR. Please continue.
Real world conversational hot button topics to host whoever chooses to look at her. And now if there's a woman in the future that does get physically assaulted for not giving her number, then we just won't believe her. Because of lying, deceitful, scamming feminists just like yourself. You've done way more harm than any man could have. And I think that you should be held criminally responsible for your fraud. And I think that your GoFundMe account should be taken down yesterday, refunding all of your supporters.
Guys, the GoFundMe account on further review is still up. It still has $42,000 in it with her name on it. We'll go into the details of that just a bit later. It's still up. Still up. Seriously. She's committed fraud. as will be shown, but it's still including, I mean, the people that she that has built up this account want to say a few words themselves. So we're going to get into them in a bit.
With a nice little note detailing to them how much of a liar that you are and how they should not let their biases regarding men inflict how they make decisions in this world. It's so crazy how these women claim how strong and independent that they are, but you're not so strong and independent to get a job and stop scamming people. And as a mother, a Muslim, lesbian, single mother, which are all oxymorons within itself, but this is the example that you're setting for your child. Karma has finally caught up to you, and hopefully you are held accountable for your lies, for the harm and the damage that you have caused, for your frauding, for your scamming, and hopefully you will pay for your lies.
Thank you very much, Mito Tutorial Reviews. Chanel has something to say. Oh, honestly, we covered too many Canadian content. Yeah, we need to get Canadian content, but here's the thing about Canadian. And it's a thank. I read this out because it's a thank goodness that we don't have such examples here in this country. It is a warning. To a certain extent, it is a warning to the Canadian ladies out here, who I think have a bit more sense than their American counterparts. Just a bit more. That again, you still live in a gynocracy, and you can still be privy to flights of fancy and to literally put men and society and even your own fellow ladies at risk. And it needs to be, and feminists and the women's movement, although there are certain good aspects of them, for the most part, it is now considered a supremacy movement. And that needs to be brought to account, and most of those supremacy examples are shown in the United States, unfortunately. So until we, I remember, there are certain things within the Canadian context. I did cover the Alex Manassian issue in terms of black pill, and I did say that indeed, because of this gynocracy in which we live, then it can come here. Exactly, you're absolutely right. Then it can come here. Absolutely, it's only a border away. Literally a border away. The gun laws here are, I mean, they're strict, but they're still liberal enough that such ideas and such incidents and such examples of bad behavior can still be exhibited here. So this in terms, well, again, this is more Canadian. This is not only Canada. This is a worldwide sort of channel here, since it is on YouTube. This is an example to not only to the worldwide members, but to my Canadian members, that you shouldn't follow this policy. You shouldn't follow this path. Again, you're still a part of the gynocracy. You're still part of the West. You're still a part of the West. And these sort of horrible examples of womanhood, horrible, deplorable examples of womanhood should be checked at all times, because again, at certain times, I mean, we have strong-willed ladies here who know the difference between right and wrong, but there are a lot of easily influenced ones, especially the young ones, who need to see programs like this again and again and again, realizing that we need each other as men and women, and we need each other to stick to certain gender roles, because the gynocracy is throwing everything asunder and really compiling more problems and more seriously ironic issues now more than ever before. And a stand has to be taken. As I was saying last week, the pendulum swung to one end, where the gynocratic ideas and oaths and things such as this, where all women should be believed, especially through the Me Too movement, need to be checked, so that there is a bit of a balance here. Not saying that violence against women, sexual assault against women is not a serious thing and should not be adhered to, but there are women like Rhoda Osmond who take advantage who literally take advantage of the system, of the criminal justice system, for their own end and for their own profit, because there are $42,000 from people who truly believed that this was true. So we need to point out these examples to you to realize that you should not be scam number one, and you should be not be a part of a gynocracy that would take advantage of your good nature and judgment. So I hope that answers your question, Chanel. Thank you very much for your comment. Would never, yeah, well, again, yes, exactly. Would never be by me. Okay, of course. I mean, we know you're a good, upstanding citizen, Chanel. But again, this needs to be put out. This needs to be discussed, because this can happen. Because I'll tell you one thing, and I was going to point it out at the end, but I'll point it out now. This sort of example. See, once you have an example like this, the lunatics then run the asylum. There are copycat incidences such as this, where women will want to profit from a certain amount of misfeasance and misrepresentation. They'll want to scam you. This is a scam that can be copied anywhere in the Western world. And without proper investigation and without proper notice of how this happens and how these things are going, how this woman has had a history of this behavior, this will happen again and again. And it needs to be stopped in its tracks, or else we all lose. Society loses. And not just you ladies. Because us gentlemen, we can't believe ladies anymore. We can't, because there are so many gentlemen who have fall privy to a woman's lies that have ruined their lives, period. For example, just off the top of my head, well, the lack of a DNA test in a pregnancy that would lead to a man taking care of a child for about 18 years, putting him in jail for about an indeterminate amount of time because he didn't pay child support to a child that wasn't his. You get that? That's the oldest scam in the book. So you catch my meaning here? That's the reason why we have to put this out to the masses, to the people. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live, and thank you very much to my man MTR for that. Now let's get into it, people. Yes, indeed. It's time to speak to my man, Poor Man's Podcast. Fair use. He's going to point out what in a very. I mean, we're gonna take it in a, in a very cinopathic. There you go. In a very cinopathic kind of way. In other words, a synopsis of what has gone on within the last 7 days, and then we're going to break it down for you all, and how indeed the gynocracy, the womanist feminist movements have seemed to have gone quiet, especially the places like the Shade Room, and other such feminist outlets have just gone quiet as a church mouse at hearing that this woman has indeed scammed her way to the hearts of millions. Let's go!
I'm sure y'all heard of the brick lady, the lady who claimed she got hit in the face with a brick after rejecting a guy, and she was upset because no men stepped in to help her.
No, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watched.
Damn. Nigga, your health hit critical hit. You one shot away, literally.
Not only was she lying about this situation, but she has a track record for using sympathy to scam people. The owner of the establishment looked at the footage and saw no evidence of a woman getting hit. Several people who work in the medical field have stated that her injuries are consistent with someone having an allergic reaction to something. This is an example of the exact allergic reaction they were talking about.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And this ain't even her first scam. She is a habitual violator. In 2020, she got $5,000 in a GoFundMe called Help Black Muslim Mother Pay Medical Bills. And you know it's her because her name is in it. This is a video of her from 2020.
Who grew up, and they mad because you trying to beat somebody. They mad because you trying to beat somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor, and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. Fuck what we haven't ever again. They don't.
Again, this was seen from 2020 when she first started her life of crime. Her life of GoFundMe crime, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Chanel, I would say well, it can't be between two people. If a woman has literally gone on GoFundMe and asked the world for money, it doesn't become between two people anymore. She's literally gone on GoFundMe saying, pay me for my suffering. That's when things get, you gotta say, hey, make her relax here a bit. She's literally trying to create an act of criminal intent. She's literally running a con game. She is. She's literally doing. Here in 2020, we're showing you. This is the history. This is where it begins. Again, this is the quickest synopsis, so I'll let it go. I'll let it go again. Here we go.
Me up. I'm 30 years old. They go beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to.
Do you hear the words that are coming out of her mouth? They're the same words that were uttered just a week and a half ago. The same words. This was 2020. Remember, we're in 2023 now, so this has happened before. Are you getting this? Don't worry. The proof is coming out.
Do this to me.
This is a post from her in 2022 saying she has a bunch of injuries and she needs money for her son's birthday. And the list goes on and on and on.
Literally 1 month later, she's seen asking for money again to fund a research project she's doing. Jump to February 2023. Here she is claiming she experienced violence at the hands of a white woman. 1 month later, claiming more hardships and trauma.
Are you serious right now, bro?
And trust me, I hate to be that guy, but if you want protection from a man, get a man. Because my wife has a man and I have to make it back home to my wife alive. I have people that rely on me, people that need me to be alive. And how am I supposed...
Here's the thing. Thank you very much. Oh, well, I'm coming back to him. And it's a very good point that he raises in terms of if it's not my kin, if it's not my kids, if it's not my wife, it's not my mother, I'm not stepping in to protect any lady because the ladies will lead you to your death, to your doom. Simple as that. Simple as that. So, it's best that we stay out of it, let the authorities handle it, call the police, and stay away. Don't rush into anything, because fools rush in. And when you do that, more often than not, you end up dead. So, what he says is right here in that he's asking, if you're asking for a man, if you're begging for a man, just be one with a man. But she can't live with one man. And here's a hot take for you. And I'll say that right now. I think she could say she's lesbian until the cows come home. I think she's bisexual. She is. Yeah, I said it. She's bisexual. Because every time she's in trouble, who is she reaching for? A man. If she is truly lesbian, oh, where's my lady? Where's my lady? Where's my lady? I should be calling my lady. I should be calling my, my member of the alphabet gang or my vowed member of the Pink Mafia. I should be calling them. I should be calling somebody from the LGBTQ 2+ community with a accent on the L. I should be calling them rather than a man. But every time she's in trouble, she asks for a man. So I really think, when it comes down to it, she's bisexual. She's just siding with women right now, but she's bisexual. There's no doubt about that. She is. Which is part of the LGBTQ community anyway, so. But, these things go in stages and phases. And as I said, that's what, whenever she's looked at and she's looking for trouble, she's asking for help, she looks for a man. So again, we're going to leave that at that. But as you can see, she's done this before in terms of altercation with light ladies. She's done this altercation with men. She's done this altercation with a whole group of people. in order to obtain money to take care of her son. Really. It is the story of the girl who cried wolf, quite literally. Sometimes you cry too much, and nobody comes to the rescue. Such is life. You can't keep crying and expect people to have an outpouring of relief. However, unless you're a black woman asking for black women money, who, and those black women, well, don't have the best of views in terms of black men, period. Because they think that all women should be protected. But in this case, that theory is severely tested. Let's go.
Supposed to explain to God that I got sent to heaven because I was protecting some woman that doesn't know how to keep her hands to herself. Now, if it's my mom or my sister or my wife, I know her character. That's why she's my wife. And I know she doesn't provoke violent situations, so I'm willing to crash out. And my wife knows I'm willing to crash out. That's why she's willing to de-escalate situations, because if I have to become violent, the thing about violence is you never know how far the other person's willing to take it. Wanting random men to crash out on your behalf and not be able to see their kids grow up because you want to be rude, loud, and violent in public is crazy. Remember Carly Russell, the woman who faked her own kidnapping? I don't know. It's almost as if.
No! Don't tell the gynocracy about Carly Russell and the fake kidnapping. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's hidden below the belt. Carly Russell? Oh no, they were trying to forget that. Then Rhoda Osmond arrived on the scene. Come on, guys. Come on. That is dirty pool. You can't have these ladies have two controversies where they struck out at once. But more is coming, people, where you think we live in a dystopian future, but again, it is here and live, and you wonder why. But here we go.
Women are willing to use sympathy to get power and resources. These are perfect examples of why movements like Believe All Women are insane.
We don't do crack. Crack is whack.
Indeed, crack is whack. Let's move on from here. Thank you very much to my man, Poor Man's Podcast. Like, subscribe, comment on Poor Man's Podcast. He's doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets. He's doing excellent stuff. I listen to his content every day. He's really, really cool, including my man in the corner, if you can see him, Araco. Araco is amazing stuff. He's more common sense based. He's not really so much red pill, but he's more common sense based, but he's still very, very poignant to any sort of black man and spiritual community anyways. So we move on. So let's get into the nitty and the gritty of things. Let's get into the dirt. Here we are. We are dealing with what's the website? We got to quote it. We have to give it some props here. Give it shout out to Dating Right. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Like, subscribe, comment to him. He's newly minted and he's doing wonderful things in the YouTube streets. But he has a comprehensive dossier of proof on the scammer that is Rhoda Osmond, and we got to hear it. We got to hear it right now. So let me see if there are any comments on the other side here. Not as yet. Okay, but we move forward. Here we go. So back at it again here. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live, sponsored by DunTalk, DUNTALK.com. Fall Winter Line out now. Let's go.
Osmond, the Brick Lady, appears to be a scammer that uses victimhood to create GoFundMes. Her first incident was in 2020.
But I've seen that the updates. Some people are saying that it's a hoax and that she made it up. She just had an allergic reaction, and apparently she's done this before.
Did you not hear that, people? She said she had an allergic reaction to her face. Key in on that. We'll go back to that in a second. Hold on.
In the past, there's video evidence of her doing it in the past as well.
I'm just going to say, I'm not saying that she's lying, but it's just weird to me. Someone hit me with a brick, I'm going to the police. Yeah. Someone's going to videotape that. If you not help me videotape for sure.
Before it came out that this whole entire situation was a complete lie, right? And I just, man.
Where the apology at?
Those first three women you saw there were ladies who were in full support, and I do mean full support of Rhoda Osmond and her plight and her unfortunate, if true, altercation, who have now had to come back and retract their statements, let alone apologize. But again, as I said before on the show, accountability is like kryptonite to a lot of ladies out there, a good amount of them. So let's continue.
Where's the apology for being wrong yet again? As if we didn't learn from Carly Russell. Where's the apology for blaming all men, for killing all men? We're not defending men anymore because they don't defend us. And we hate men. Where the apology at? ATL, talk to him low. How could I possibly be inconspicuous?
Well, it finally looks like the Brick Lady saga is coming to an end. And I must say, just like they say women turn into FBI agents when it's time to find out things about men, it looks like men have turned into FBI agents and have cracked this Brickgate case. But I gotta hand it to her. She pulled the scam of 2023.
She scammed us. She lied, just like Carly Russell. All you simps and panders is out there going at black men, trying to get us to put ourselves out there for a black woman that we ain't related to or we ain't putting that meat to. Oh, y'all tripping. That's what y'all sound like to me. Research over me search. Let's get into it. There's still
Hold on, remember that video? Thank you very much, sir, for bringing that up. I do not know his name, but again, I do call him sir for a good reason. Let's go back. And yes, indeed, the MTR video. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So let's go back into MTR. There it is. And let's go back to that one lady who wait a minute. Hang on a second. I do remember this lady from last week. Yes, I remember her. She was saying for the world, wait for it, let's just get it back, because I am...
What up, YouTube? I am your host, tutorials and reviews. Back in here.
All right, thank you very much, Tutorial Reviews, for your, your popular take on things. So yes, indeed. So wait a second. So you mean to tell me... Let's go back there for a second. You mean to tell me, because I remember this distinctly now, that yes, I believe here is the issue. Indeed, here we go. Yes, indeed. Let's go back a bit. I mean, this lady. Remember her? Yeah, I do remember her myself. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting, is that what you're telling us? Is that the precedent you're setting?
No, we're setting the precedent that says that you shouldn't be lying to us, asking for our protection, when in fact you don't need protecting at all. That's what we're saying. And we're not going to rush into things leading to our death. That's what we're saying. So if you don't feed us, FCUK us, our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, our family, we are abstaining from protecting you. That is absolutely correct. Men know better. Men know better. Let's go there. Now we're going back to this same statement offered by the gentleman. That's right. So, wait a second. Let's just go back a second. Let me see. Yes, please say that again, sir.
That's what y'all sound like to me. Research over me search. Let's get into it. There's still people that believe this story. She has multiple videos up of her having a similar allergic reaction. She has multiple GoFundMe for similar incidents. And her friend, they say she is a scammer. There's no police report. The owner of the restaurant said that's not on film. There's no blood after the being brick. Come on, guys. We are CSI social media investigators, and we graduated from YouTube University. How y'all gonna call out us on our investigation?
This appears to be a video made by Rose showing you all her after visit summary, her police report. It's showing that she did have an emergency room visit.
By the way, people, I do not believe this is a police report. Anybody can print out a police letterhead, but who's going to write caliber in a purple marker? Show the full police report, especially in the next clip. I'm going to show you guys a video of the police having no record.
And if you weren't paying attention, you could see all over that supposed police report a lot of blue ink a lot of things crossed out so that, especially date, month, year, stuff of pertinence, no actual, words to the effect of that this woman was a victim of assault on this date, on this day. None of that. She just said, oh, this is her police report. This comes from this place. This comes from that place. Not giving any sort of elucidation on that piece of paper whatsoever. But we're supposed to believe it, right? We're supposed to believe all women. All of them. Because they can't lie, right? They can't lie. They just can't lie.
This report.
I mean, shouldn't we be looking for an assailant? Is he black? Is he white? Is he tall? Is he skinny? That should be something you're releasing to the public to warn other women. With all those people out there in Houston, are you telling me that you guys haven't received any calls about someone being assaulted? Can't you tell me that much?
No. Do you understand what we're going through right here? Instead of investigating the lady to see if indeed these claims are true, she is literally going to, pardon the pun, balls to the wall against the police department to ask indeed if we can find the man, the supposed man, who hit this woman with a brick, quote unquote. Because we're supposed to believe all women. It's Me Too generation. Remember that. The gynocracy is here. We're supposed to believe them all. Because they're not capable of lying.
No, ma'am. This is the first time I'm actually hearing about that. I don't have social media.
If this happened in public and a bunch of people called you guys, you would be able to tell me that, yes, we received a lot of calls about the incident. It's being investigated. You would be able to tell me that much, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if she made a report, then yeah, it would be investigated.
And the only way I think she could have got away with this and it played better is if she didn't actually target and blame black men. Maybe for her, she should have lied on the Muslim or Somalian men and, let those guys go dig it up and figure it out. But when she said black men wouldn't protect her and other black women joined that feminist parade, when black men was like, you know what, no, enough of this. We finna go dig into this and see if she's lying. A lot of black men did take this personal, just like Deion Sanders did this weekend facing Nebraska.
It's personal. The nurse from the alleged hospital was not a hospital. It was a clinic.
Okay, this is the smoking gun here, people. This is indeed the smoking gun. What time we got here? I just want to make sure that we have enough time before we get into this, because this, especially for that first hour. Okay, it's okay. We're gonna just get into the first blurb here, and then we're gonna move. Move into the second hour with it, and then we're gonna discuss it. So I'll let it play out, and then we're gonna get into the second hour.
This is what she had to say. Yes, she came in to get the saline extracted from the side of her face, which means she never got hit with a brick. She injected saline into her face to create the lump. That's why she wore the ski mask, so y'all wouldn't see the lump that she created. And don't forget, she's in the medical field, so she has access to saline. Anyway, let's finish reading. She claimed it was a botched beauty treatment. That's definitely our med check, not the hospital. She must have filmed that little clip while waiting on the nurse after asking her to put on the gown. And y'all fell for this. Y'all fell for this. That woman lying for money. Go to her Instagram. You'll see the other video when she did the same shit in 2020.
Now, people
Hold
have
on, back
counter
up
arguments
one
to
more
what she
time,
has
and then we're
shown,
going to get into it to discuss it
Damn.
after the hour. Hold on, back
and y'all
up.
fell for this. Botched beauty treatment. That's definitely she has access to saline. Anyway, let's finish reading. She claimed it was a botched beauty treatment. That's definitely our med check, not the hospital. She must have filmed that little clip while waiting on the nurse after asking her to put on the gown. And y'all fell for this. Y'all fell for this. That woman lying for money. Go to her Instagram. You'll see the other video when she did the same shit in 2020.
Now, people have counter arguments to what she has shown, but let me finish reading what she stated. I don't owe you guys proof, especially you vile, hateful monsters.
Before we go there, before we get into that, we're going to cut out of here for Instagram for a second, then we're going to come on back. Come on back in the second hour We still have some stuff to break down here, but you heard it. The lady was recovering from saline injections that she injected to herself into her face. She got an allergic reaction to it. That's the reason for her the bulbous look of her face. And there it is. We'll be back. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube on hour number 2. Yes, as I was just saying on IG and YouTube just about a couple seconds ago. Yes, indeed. What really happened to the woman's face is that she was recovering from, she was having an allergic reaction to saline injections put into her face. She's part of the medical community. I think she's part of, I believe she's part of a health clinic which gives her open access to, and I think it will be brought up here a little later, which gives her open access to different types of chemicals and different types of solutions that are available, especially that are used, especially when it comes to facelift, when it comes to female enhancements, when it comes to facial enhancements. And she used it on herself, and the result was an allergic reaction. She was allergic to the saline. That's why her face was bulbous at the time of the Brickgate. So, and then she played it to the hilt by going out and saying that somebody hit her with a brick, so that she could scam another, at this point in time, $42,000 for an allergic reaction. Very much doubt, and I say very much doubt. Listen, it never happened. No man laid a hand on her. But again, this is what happened before in 2020, 21, 22. This woman does one of these scams every year. It's just this one paid off big time. It was a lottery ticket, people. But we're supposed to believe all women here. Whatever they say is golden. Yet in this instance, she was found out. Now, what are her defenses? Because every person who engages in petty theft, although this is bordering on a felony theft, they have a right to trial. They have a right to a defense. And let's see what her defense is now.
Profiting and taunting a victim of severe violence. A police report was made, and investigation is ongoing, and I am indeed long physical fight healing with lots of upcoming appointments. Please stop contributing to making this a mental struggle as well. I'm heartbroken and disgusted. Sorry, guys, it was blurry.
Me and my team just uncovered years of her getting mysteriously injured and then asking for money after. In 2020, she claims she got beat up, garnered almost $5,000. This is taken from her Facebook page, May 2022. Claims that she's injured and very subtly, not so subtly, says she needs money for her son's birthday. Literally 1 month later, she's seen asking for money again to fund a research project she's doing. Jump to February 2023. Here she is claiming she experienced violence at the hands of a white woman. 1 month later, claiming more hardships and trauma. Fast forward to now, she has garnered $50,000. You guys are believing this woman based off of the dude in the glasses who is proven to not even be in the same state as her at the time, but also came out saying that she does this a lot. More coming soon. Thank you.
There are still women out there that's saying, even though she lied.
So she's done scams like this in 2020, 2021, 2, and 3, as I've already stated. That was just a reminder. Sorry if we went over old road there, but again, that is just a reminder that this woman is a professional. Well, We can say it. Professional scammer. This woman has done this before. She's done this before. But not to this level. Not to this notoriety. Not to this international infamy. But she is now hit the big time. Now, let's see what the feminists are saying here on this one. Let's see.
She's still a black woman. We need to help her. They are still trying to help her, even though they know she's a fraud.
I am so pissed right now. That lady with a brick lied. Sat up there and lied on men. Thanks to these unqualified and freelance investigators and researchers on TikTok and YouTube, we now know the truth. If you go to this man's YouTube right now, he lays out all the facts. And check out these reputable websites. BX is reporting on it. This highly respected news website, lipstickalley.com, and this random Reddit poster have taken the time in between job searches to research this extensively and have discovered that this is...
Now, again, these gentlemen, these people who have gone through these investigations may have already have jobs and they're doing this as extracurricular work. So we can't say these gentlemen, gentleman or lady who involve these investigations are indeed unemployed. That's a bit of a... Yeah, that's a bit of a sticky subject. So again, I do not condone that statement at all. Again, these are hardworking gentlemen who took time out of their day, let's say that, to make these to haggle out these investigations and to find Ms. Rhoda Osman slightly, slightly, and I'm sure it can be proven in a court of law, guilty of some sort of theft and I wouldn't say embezzlement, but yes, definite theft of and of a confidence scheme. Absolutely. So
it's a hoax. And these men are rightfully demanding an apology. All these women talking about their experience of violence at the hands of men. And the FBI and the government statistics showing that women are being harmed. That's what y'all are focused on? Because these men's TikTok pages, YouTube pages, and Reddit posts, we now know that this is a hoax. So that throws all those statistics and experiences out the window. So I want to personally humble myself and apologize to men.
No, ma'am, we will not accept your apology. It is customary. We have new rules now. You cannot apologize in a bonnet and with a nose ring. Take those items off, then apologize to us.
An apology.
Dang right, you are so right on this one. Oh my goodness. Yes, ladies, if you're going to make an impassioned plea on YouTube, on TikTok, for the love of Christ, make yourself presentable. Please. Please, 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 please. Listen, I'll say the same thing for a gentleman in all actuality. Listen, I make sure I got done talk deer on. I make sure I have a haircut. I make sure I look good whenever I have a show. Or whenever I'm in the public eye. Believe me, the least that this woman could do could, take... Wow, ladies, this whole nose ring thing, y'all got together yourselves and thought that was cute and that men would accept that. Believe me, men do not like these nose rings you're wearing. They hate them. I hate them. I know men who do hate them, abhor them with a passion. You need to take them out. They are a trend that is just limiting your chances with men, quite simply. I'm sure if you look at a lot of men, I would say a good 95, 97% of men have women who don't have nose rings. So I don't know why you're wearing them. It's like literal. It's like having a tattoo. It's like having a bonnet. It's just distasteful. It just looks so out of place. It just does. Anyways, but I digress. Continue. But yes, ladies, if you're going to project yourself in public, at least take the time to get yourself together before throwing stuff out there, because for goodness sake, it's going to fall on deaf ears. I'm just saying.
Apologize to men, because even though if she's lying or not lying, the conversation was centered around the protection of women and the fear that women experience.
Y'all remember Brickgate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's been an update. But first, I just want to say, I know I haven't really been on TikTok that much ever since hearing about this news and seeing how like people have responded to it, especially black men. It's really kind of made me depressed and sad. And I was thinking like I've lost all faith in humanity the way people are responding. And it's like being a black woman is just, it's like our lives aren't important. And
what? Lives aren't important. You have a woman who's literally committed fraud, and now your lives aren't important. Literally, a woman who's literally taken $42,000 et al. From suckers such as yourself. I wouldn't say you, but suckers such as yourself. And you have literally told us that no one cares about black women. Okay.
I was saying like maybe we need to start Black Women's Lives Matter, because fortunately, like if it's a black male, everybody comes to defense. They're swimming in the ocean and they're throwing hats in the air and they're the best.
Hello. We all know that's not true. We definitely know that's not true. So I'm gonna leave it there. That was gonna take me on a tangent that will not end. But anyways, I'll let her continue.
So everybody comes, but when it's a black woman, it's crickets. But unfortunately, I've been hearing things now. I just got on TikTok today because I haven't literally been on the app for like a good 5 days because I was so tired and stressed and just sad about the whole outcome of everything and like what is the point, But
she hates the fact that a scam's been found out and that we should not to the full. This is clown cuckoo land stuff. This is the irony of all ironies. She is upset at the fact that we cannot boldface believe the scam. Boldface believe an absolute con game. That we didn't believe it at all costs. That's exactly what she's saying here. Yes, you heard it right. You heard it absolutely right. She wanted the scam to succeed. She wanted the con game to come to fruition. Because she said all women must be believed. You're joking, right? You're joking. You literally are joking. Proceed.
I've seen that the update. Some people are saying that it's a hoax and that she made it up. She just had an allergic reaction, and apparently she's done this before in the past. There's video evidence of her doing it in the past as well.
She literally is telling us that there's video evidence of the fact that she's had a scam. Yes, indeed. You're right. No, there is video evidence. And what are you going to say about it? I'm dying to hear what you're going to say about this. I'm dying to hear. The evidence is in front of you. Literally posted in front of you. Please tell. Well, we already heard part of it, didn't we? We said that she can't believe that black women have it so hard. She wanted the scam to succeed, people. That's the cloud cuckoo land gynocracy in which we live right now.
Apparently she scammed people out of $41K doing a GoFundMe. And I don't really know if this is all true or not. I haven't really did any super duper research because I honestly couldn't care less.
This lady does care. She made a series of TikTok videos last week defending this woman and all black women. And I think this lady is a little embarrassed because now she got egg on her face.
Oh, now we get it. Okay, all right. Now I was thinking about that. She's now trying to issue a mea culpa, knowing she has egg on her face. But again, accountability is like kryptonite. Watch closely, people.
I just wanted to come on here, even if it was a scam and whatever. I still feel like black women's lives don't matter as much as other people's lives. I feel like, but like on this totem pole, like it goes white men, white women, black men, maybe black women.
No, I thought black women was ahead of black men and doing better than black men.
So black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees.
No, they're not, Rebecca Lynn Pope. They're getting degrees in areas that don't matter. Like every other woman out there. Black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, everyone. Everyone. They're getting degrees that don't pay. But, hey, I don't believe Rebecca Lynn's back again. Let's go.
Doctorate degrees. They're starting businesses. Black women are running circles around men.
No, they're not running circles around men. They're still one of the lowest ethnic earners on planet Earth. And black men are still outpacing them in terms of salary. Why? Because black men will do the dangerous, the dirty, the STEM, the infrastructure, the utilities, the jobs that move society forward. Construction. You won't do that. A lady won't do that. They won't do that. But again, we've been through this before.
Maybe, you know what I mean? And it's just like sad and disheartening. Literally, I haven't even been wanting to make videos. I haven't been wanting to do anything. I just want to lay in bed and just rot because I'm just so tired of it.
Because she's been found out. She's backed the wrong horse. She doesn't want to deal with the embarrassment and the short-sightedness of her decision. Doesn't want to deal with it. That's why she's been in bed for the last couple days. She wants all this to die down, but sooner or later, she had to come back out, and if she's a TikToker, she had to come back out and say her piece, knowing full well she'd be considered wrong. But again, it's so hard for black women, so that's the angle she's taking. So okay, let's continue.
So tired. I'm not gonna cry. Sorry, I'm not gonna cry.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
that's the beginning.
It's just it's just a hard fact about life. Just being born in this skin and being this gender, it's hard. It's hard to deal with.
So she takes on this victim mentality, this victim mindset, saying it's hard being a black woman telling lies. Hell, it's hard for anybody telling lies. Be they black, white, Chinese, Hispanic, anyone telling a lie. It's hard on them. Because when they get found out, the world will know them as liars. The world will know them as scam artists, as we do with Rhoda Osmond. But again, this is where we stand here. So she's crying for the fact that black women can't get away with misrepresenting themselves in order to get funds, and thus, I wouldn't say a Ponzi scheme, but she's trying to get over with black men, and she can't. So therefore, she's crying for that. Oh, cry for me, black woman who can't get away with scam. Oh my God!
Stressful, and then plus being plus size on top of that, it just makes it 10 times worse, and I'm not conventionally attractive. That makes it worse.
Of course. We have to make sure the narcissistic angle is been covered. Now she says she's too fat. Now she says she's not as good looking as she can be. Now she's saying that now it's turned back to her. This is what's making her upset. When she can easily change things with a proper diet and exercise. But she doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to go to those lengths. Because if she did, she would have done it by now. Hell, I had to do it by now. You don't see me crying, but again, I am not a black woman. And black women have special needs. Special needs that need to be addressed. I'm sorry. You wanted to continue.
I guess I'm just using today as a video diary. If you guys are still here, kudos to you.
This is a prime example that a lot of women need to be in therapy, just like Kevin Samuels would always recommend a lot of ladies go to therapy.
So I just want to...
I would recommend her going to the gym myself because, black women are the largest set of women on... one of the largest set of women on planet Earth. And definitely the largest set of women in the United States. 55% of women are overweight. 85% of those ladies are obese. BlackDemographics.com. Look it up yourself. But he says therapy. I say gym. Two parts of one coin. Yeah. Get yourself in shape. I'm just saying. Nothing tastes as good as looking good feels. Just this me.
To do update in my final video on this Brick Lady situation, because the video that I posted before about the witness being a lie, I made that video before it came out that this whole entire situation was a complete lie. All right, and I just man, I really think people like Brick Lady, Carly Russell, like people that do things for attention, I really think it's a mental illness. There has to be some sort of mental illness that's taking place, because what person in their right mind would go to such lengths?
A narcissist. I wouldn't say it's a psychopath, but definitely a narcissist. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if her motive was money, attention. This is something that she's done before. So,
the motive is money. Definite money. The motive is definitely money. She's done it before. She'll do it again. But why? Because she wants money. Money. No doubt about it. No two words about it. She wanted money. And she got $42,000 from anonymous and known donors because of an allergic reaction. I were GoFundMe, man, I'd be taking all that money back. I'll tell you that right now. I hope there's a remuneration portion of that deal with their members. Let me say that.
Still, I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling. And this is why you will always hear me say social media is entertainment. It's not real. Like the things that we see
it's not real
up here, it's just not real. People have their lives. We never know what that young lady's going through that would have her, that would make her want to put on these such big, elaborate scams, honestly, for money or attention. Like I said, whatever the motives is, we don't know what is going on in this lady's head, in her real, authentic life, for her to sit up here on social media and do something like this.
So about Brick Lady, obviously I'm not black, but obviously this is not just a black community problem. This is an all men under patriarchal indoctrination problem. You want to know why? Do you know where common sense comes from? Emotional intelligence. Speaking as a sociologist, sociological researcher, and government-trained victim advocate of 15 years. Common sense is emotional intelligence. Without emotional intelligence, you have no common sense. You know how orcas have been attacking boats because capitalism isn't very mindful?
Women will start talking around about and start talking about all kind of foolishness except for just strictly apologizing.
I'm just gonna say, I'm not saying that she's lying, but it's just weird to me. Someone hit me with a brick.
Remember, accountability is like kryptonite to a woman. Very, very hard to get an apology out of any woman. Very difficult. Very difficult. They'll never admit defeat. They'll go down with the ship swearing. It still floats.
On to the police. Someone's going to videotape that. If you not help me, videotape for sure.
And that should have been the first clue that men noticed. Why didn't this lady call 911 and put the police on this man? That's when a lot of women started to notice that something was off about this. Black women love to put the police on black men. That's when we should have known something was up. She would have went to the police.
We'll go back to that in a second.
Do a sketch composite of this suspected black man and all. She would have went on social media crying for the FBI to get involved with her saline brick to the face.
Yeah.
No one saw. No one knows the guy. You didn't press. I don't know.
Y'all didn't tell me it was a video that was in 2022 of her doing the same thing. See, when the talking points came out, y'all was comparing a skit that I had already saw with men participating in the video. Now, I guess people have...
And you see how she's showing her medical records going in, but we still don't see no police report.
Yeah.
Because that's where I would give her credit for being smart at. I think she learned from the Collie Russell situation. If she went to the police...
Stop it right here. You see all the blue markings on that thing here on Talk Live on YouTube? You see all those blue markings? That's definite scam material. Why are you blocking out the proof of a police report when you have nothing to lose, nothing to hide?
And filed a false report, that's where she knew she can get into some big trouble. And so I think she's coming out of hiding now just to show this fake paperwork, maybe just so people won't come after her GoFundMe. And shout out to Lovely T for that GoFundMe comment. And that's another question I'm wondering, did she already get the money from GoFundMe yet? Because she know that's what people are going to come out there and try to stop her from getting now. Because she definitely don't deserve it. She should still be arrested and charged. But anyways, that's all I got in this video. Don't forget to hit that.
Thank you very much to my fellow YouTuber, Mr. Dating Right. Like, subscribe, comment to him. And again, to finish up, we got batting cleanup. In the innermost lane, running anchor leg, we have the one, the only Crimson Cure. Letting us know, telling it like it is, why said scam, said theft actually came to fruition. And she says this so clearly, so eloquently, maybe a hot take, but I think it's absolutely true what's said about this. Why women, why men, but mostly women, would put money down to have a scam come to its actual conclusion. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. Like, subscribe, comment to her. She is doing wonderful things in YouTube streets every single day. You gotta listen to this lady. This lady is just so spot on with it. She has it down to a science, people. Crimson Cure is one of the people who will turn the tide in this gynocracy and bring things back in balance. She's one of the true exponents of femininity. True femininity. Let's hear it.
Thank you so very much. Another reason why the sisterhood is quiet, because this gonna be the new scam. She made $40,000. There's a lot of people who have never seen that kind of money at one time.
True.
A lot of people. You understand? There are a lot of people, and it's winter is here for these chicken heads. The men are not saving them. There are not enough simps to go around. It's cuffing season coming up. They're not getting cuffed. Don't nobody want that funk box. That ain't good enough to get you cuffed. It's inflation. Gas is $1 million an ounce. Food. Okay, you used to get a handful of food cost you $150. You ain't even fill up the hand basket you had on your arm. Before you get up there, it'd be $152.96. Okay? They sliding Section 8 out from under you and cutting you off from food stamps and all kind of stuff like that. And if you don't think that these chicks will take a whooping, fake or real, staged or not, in the hopes of receiving $42,000 or better. $20,000 is fine, but then you see she said it at $25,000. Okay? If you don't think these chicks is willing 100% to tell these lies to get other women and simps to give them money, you're sadly mistaken. I hate it for you.
She's absolutely right, people. Women who know that inflation is high, and unemployment is rising, the cost of living is rising, and they have no cover. They do not want to live under the auspices of a man. They don't want to live under his headship. They want to live on their own. As I said, 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030. That is only 7 years away. So what are women resorting to do? Scamming. Engaging in some petty theft. This is bordering on a felony. I believe this is still a misdemeanor, but this is bordering on a felony now. It's reached up to $50,000. So, if not a felony already, I'd have to do the due diligence on that, the research on that. But yeah, this is what women are doing, especially a woman who's professed to the world that only the Pink Mafia, the Alphabet Gang, can save her. And yet, when things supposedly hit the fan, she's asking for a man. That's a way of further showing our shortcomings to the world. But yeah, this is what they're doing. This is exactly what they're doing. But again, it's that pendulum, that gynocratic pendulum way over here on the left. Soon it'll have to come back to the right. Things are going to get nasty, brutish, and short. Winter's coming, as Crimson Cure has said, and women are going to have to get to realize that, you know what? If in order for me to get to this life with some relative peace, with some relative decency, with some relative standard of living, I need a man by my side. Yep, I said it. You need a man by your side. There are not many of us to go around. So to those who are alone, they'll resort to this. You'll get to see them with more frequency. They'll resort to this. Thank you, Crimson Cure, for bringing that to our attention. They'll resort to this. To scamming, to thieving. She said it before. I said it to you last week on Talk Live. She will steal from rappers. She has said that. She'll steal from you if you give her the money. And she's done that. But it speaks to a deeper meaning here. I'll let the great Crimson Cure continue.
If you don't think these chicks will take a whooping, real or imagined, staged or real, it don't matter. If you don't think that they are willing to, they sat back and said, oh, we did get scammed. Why she scammed? So she really didn't have to take that brick to the face. So she lied about the brick and still got $42,000. So I don't actually have to take a brick, like get hurt. I could just say I got hurt and try to put up some type of little evidence like I got hurt, you know, a cut, a bruise, this and that. And if I can cry, because you know these chicks can cry on a dime.
Mm-hmm.
If I can cry, and then if I can fake like I got an injury of some sort or stage a fight, I get my friend or something like that to film as I stage, you know, attacks and stuff like that. You mean to tell me I can get money? Like, not a couple of $100, not even like $1,500 or like $2,000. Like, I could get like a bag. Oh.
And you'll have ladies cry on camera stating that black women's lives are so hard and they should be allowed to continue and complete the scam. You can't make this shit up. R.I.P. God. You can't make this shit up. You have women going on camera swearing up and down that there are certain other circumstances and the reasons for that. No, it's a scam. And even if it's a scam, they'll say, oh, you know, black women are to be believed. They're lower to the totem pole. We need to support them at all costs. Believe them at any cost. Even the one to your pocketbook. There's an anonymous donor who's donated $2,000. She swindled somebody out of $2,000 or more. Leading up to $42,000 and counting. But one is so blind as the one who would not see. Would not see. And black women don't choose to see. They don't choose to see the light. They don't choose to see that they need a man by their side to help correct these sort of behaviors, to help see these sort of behaviors for themselves. They wish to fail so that a gynocratic agenda is forwarded. It makes no sense. But hey, such are the life and times of the modern world and the modern woman.
That's why they're quiet. The collective hatred of men is what galvanized y'all to get scammed in the first place. That is how women make money off of other women in this climate. That's the problem that hyenas come to my channel to ask me, why don't I fight for women instead of so-called pandering to men? Why don't I fight for them? The reason that I don't do it is because I don't believe y'all. Fair use. Y'all. I don't like hyenas. I'm not going to associate my name or my image or my reputation with hyenas.
Remember, hyenas are modern women. That's her equivalent to modern women. Okay? Hyenas, modern women. Because hyenas, the hierarchy in a hyena pride is ladies, then gentlemen do subordinate tasks. But ladies usually run any sort of hyena tribe. One of the few areas in the animal kingdom where the ladies run the show. There we go.
Not gonna do it. However, if I were to do it, I would make such a bag off of y'all. Because y'all are ultimately stupid.
And you would let your stupidity get in the way of being told the truth and being with us, black women. And speaking of black women exclusively here. Because $42,000 being raised for a clearly unseen attack on a woman, a black woman in and of itself, have black women so triggered, backsliding so much. But as Crimson Cure so eloquently said, the reason why they have supported this to the extent that they did is because of their disdain for black men. Their absolute hatred for black men. They can't understand how they can have more degrees, quote unquote, be running circles around us, quote unquote, and yet we get the women we do and we have the salaries we have. How can we have such success? Black women should be lapping us in every way, shape, or form. And I love my black women. I'll say that wholeheartedly. But a few of you don't love us. They literally don't. And you wish to support these sort of scams, these sorts of petty thefts, these sort of crimes, just to get your agenda across and just to show your sisters, or should I say sisters, of your general disdain for us. Your general abhorrence for us. Your general, let's call it a spade, your general hate for black men. Because we can take the show on the road, and because we succeed where you think we should fail. But again, not all black women are like this. Let me say that wholeheartedly. I think there's good in black women. I believe by last census, U.S. census, 93% of black women still marry black men. But there's a certain amount of women out there that is that has a distinct distaste for us. When we don't have it in our heart to hate you that bad. A testament to that is this GoFundMe scam by Rhode Osmond.
All I would have to do is what you accuse me of doing over here. See, all I would have to do is grift on y'all. Tell y'all all of this foolishness about how you better than men and how men ain't ish and you right and validate all of that stupidity that y'all get into, validate all of that rhetoric y'all talk about, no matter how nonsensical it is, try to make sense out of it for you so you can justify it and rationalize it and all of that. And I would come away with an egregious bag. Like that bag would be disrespectful. The bag that I could get off of y'all trauma bond, because I'm a whole woman. I know how to talk trauma bond with y'all. I know how to talk womanese to y'all. I speak hyenaese. I speak raised by a hyena. I speak hyenaese. I could translate everything into hyenaese. How you understand it, you would be identifying with me, boy. So bad I would make such a bag off of y'all. All I would have to do is give y'all some little retreats and stuff. Tell y'all these dudes ain't no good. Yeah, I would have y'all eating out of the palm of my hand, all while telling you a bunch of lies that don't benefit you, that dig you a deeper hole than you're already in. Just like all these other chicks that grift and scam off of y'all trauma. What you think all these other chicks is doing? How do you think that they're sustaining this bag on y'all? Because they tell you the stupidity that you want to hear.
Yeah.
Because they don't like you either. We all know hyenas don't like each other. They scamming. It's a whole grift for you. It's a whole grift. Yo, that little check you be getting every 2 weeks, go all the way over to all them chicks on that other side of YouTube and other parts of social media. It go all to them. And all they got to do is tell y'all and confirm with y'all and validate with y'all all of the stupid stuff that you say and that you think anyway. Because they ain't going to be able to change your mind. If you can't beat them, join them.
She said so much there. She said so much in that. It is a shame that black women can't shake out of their own distrust for black men and their lust, literal lust, to see our downfall, certain capacities. It's scary. It really is scary. When black men have only wanted the best for you. Only wanted to be in harmony with you. Because let me say this again. No other men are coming to save you. There may be a few, but not the majority. There aren't. There are a lot of women who are going to be left behind. A lot. Especially black women. A lot will be left behind because you're the least chosen women on the planet. You choose not to live under the auspices of a man. Any man. None. And Crimson Cure is trying to warn you. You will do anything, you will get behind any sort of GoFundMe or campaign or any sort of scheme that would forward your hatred towards black men. And it's a shame. Because I love y'all. And I see it happen. It's happening in real time. You can't believe black men are getting away with it again. And it's so sad to see. The jealousy, the seething jealousy, the green-eyed devil itself rearing among you. Some of you. The majority of you, not so much. But you can see it in media. You can see it you can see it here on YouTube as well. Sarah Sloan, anyone? Malika Andrews, anybody? Then you have all these ladies on YouTube here as well. The swirlers and the whatnot. Too many to mention. With a deep-seated disgust of black men. That's why they take their show on the road. And you can't. That is the deepest cut. Because remember, black women, and I'm going off on a tangent here, black women have tried for not just the last 40, 50 years. They've been trying for 400 years to separate ourselves from them. Try to gain an advantage on things. It's just society wouldn't allow that to happen. However, the last 50 years, you could get away with it. Remember, the leading case in terms of interracial dating that made interracial dating legal in the United States was Loving versus Virginia. White man, black woman. Living in interracial harmony. And again, it's happening throughout, but the fact of the matter is, because of the damage that black women have done, especially in terms of pop culture, the door is slowly closing, and one thing you have to realize is the fetishization of black women is so real, and the fact of the matter is, for the most part, we're your only hope. I've said that time and time again. But you keep tripping up, messing up, and swearing there is no intent. When that's, for the most part, absolutely not true. And testament to that is the Rhoda Osmond GoFundMe scam. You would literally put together $42,000, give it to a woman who has lied to you, and in certain circumstances, you wish for the lie to continue. Because remember, women fall in love with their ears, what they hear, what they can comprehend. Oh, I gotta fall in love with that. Men fall in love with their eyes, of course. But women fall in love with their ears. If they hear something right, they're willing to pay top dollar for it. Even if it's, as Crimson Cure has already said, foregoes their went, provides further hardship in terms of getting ahead in life. They don't care. They literally don't care. Certain amount of you. Not all of you. I think there's a good amount of women who still believe. But it's up to you to stop the pendulum from swinging any further in terms of gynocracy, in terms of hate of black men. It needs to stop. Because we only want what's best for you. But you have yourselves taken that femininity ideal of being a superior movement to the nth degree. You've bitten not just a piece of the apple, but all of it. It's got to stop. Stop before it's too late, because men can take the black men, and this is what you abhor us for. We could take the show on the road and never come back.
Too full of cognitive dissonance for your mind to be changed. You're out here completely crazy. So all they gotta do is say, yeah, girl, these men out here, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Man, they come away with such a crazy bag. And y'all will be happy to do it. Y'all will be happy to do it. The problem that you have with me is that I don't pander to you. You claim I'm pandering to the men. I'm actually not pandering to the men at all. I don't pander to anybody.
That's right.
I speak the truth. You just don't like it because y'all don't ever like when a lioness talk. But that's all right.
So you have women like her. You have women like Indika Moore, I believe. But yeah, Pink Boot Lessons, another one. Ladies who are literally not falling for the okie doke anymore and realize that the tide must be turned. 45% of women, no matter what race, will be single by 2030. 45%. That's all women. Let alone black women. And if you want to go down the Pink Mafia alphabet gang route, so be it. Happy Pride. However, realize this. The areas in which domestic violence are the highest are in lesbian relationships. Just saying. I have a few videos on that, but I won't bring them up right now. I'll let the wonderful Crimson Cure finish up.
I don't pander to anybody. I actually care about the state of black women. Women in general, black women specifically. I actually care about that. So I'm willing to tell you the truth. Truths that you don't want to hear and that you will reject time and again. The only reason I really talk, give my lectures at the gates of the boneyard is because I know for a fact that there are wayward lionesses in there that may not realize that she's in the boneyard or realize that there's somewhere else to go outside of the boneyard. She might think that the boneyard is the only place that she could possibly be. And she want to be out of the boneyard because she don't fit in with y'all, but she doesn't know where to go. She doesn't know what to do. So I'm calling her out of the boneyard because she's worthy of coming out of there. The rest of you back feet, I couldn't care less what had the boneyard can collapse on you today, which is what it's doing. And I'm going to sit back with popcorn. Do you understand?
I think we'll let that stop right there. And we're going to get back to myself. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. Thank you very much, Crimson Cure. Like, subscribe, comment to this lady. This lady is doing wonderful work on these YouTube streets. Let me just admit, yes, indeed. She's doing wonderful work on these YouTube streets. Let's just wrap things up right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11:03. We're hitting that 2-hour mark right now, so perfect timing. Okay, back to the full cam. So now we know this is a scam, ladies and gentlemen. Rhoda Osmond ran another scam on you, ladies. Wrote another scam, so be aware of that. Be understanding of that. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about your movement. She doesn't care about anything. All she cares about is getting a bag for her, potentially her son, but definitely her. She's done this before. But the fact of the matter is you will fall victim of this again. Black women, all women. If you are not careful. If you do not have that man in your life providing cover for you. Now, if you want to stay single all you want, it's all up to you. You are under no duress to come back to us. None. But for your peace of mind, I would beg you to reconsider and make yourself the best woman possible for that man you wish to provide you with the 4 P's: protection, provision, procreation, and problem solving. It's on you. Because these scams will happen again. And you will fall victim to them again. Because you want to believe over anything that a black woman is a victim of a crime to which there is no assailant, there is no victim nor attacker. And you just want to show that little bit of hate going forward, which is rather shocking, really. It just shows a lot about yourself. Black women, I want to save you. I really, really do. But I'll let you know, winter is coming. Kevin said it. God, R.I.P. Godfather, he said it. The winter's coming, and you will know in due course. Men will be fine. For you women, that's a problem. So my advice to you is, please accept the counsel, accept the headship, accept the leadership of a man in your life. Or if you are of the pink persuasion, do so. Hey, you're free to do as you choose, but realize this. We will not come to your aid out of sheer chivalry. You killed that now. It's dead. We will only protect those to whom we are obligated. Family, friends, if you don't feed us, CUK us, or give us peace of mind and peace, we'll move ourselves elsewhere. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. We're going to end it right here on IG. We'll be back tomorrow with Dating Over 40. Some of the foibles and such. But yes, sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night. And to my YouTube crowd. Again, black women, I'll just go a little bit further here. Black women, we need you. We'd love to have you, but we don't need you. Oh, you know what? Let's just call a spade a spade. We do need you. Black women, we do. We're better together than apart. Let's get there. But as Kevin always said, you have to come forward and broker the peace, because 50 years of bad behavior has brought us to this. Especially during the 80s, 90s, noughties. We're here now. The pendulum of the gynocracy is swung to one end to a point where you will believe any scam that's presented to you. Anything. But I'm letting you know, in good conscience, to please vet your ideas and realize that we're here for you. We've always been here for you. And if you think that someone else is coming to the rescue, be it from the Alphabet Gang or the zaddies around the world, think differently. Because the image in public, although great, has taken a many amount of hits. And now you've been fetishized. Some of you not, but a lot of you have. The majority of you have. And it's up to you to realize that winter's coming and that a lot of women will be left in the cold. A lot. And we want to bring you in from the cold, but God only helps those who help themselves. Black men are only willing to extend a hand to those who want to reach for it. As Rhoda Osmond did, but again, it was under false pretenses, wasn't it? The choice is yours. Keep falling for what is easy in order to forge your visions of disdain and hate about us, or come back to us. We won't bite, I swear, unless you ask us to. But we're better together, ladies. We're better together. And this is just a further example of that. Because as the CSI of the YouTube, TikTok, IG, and Twitter era have already explained, especially as black men, well, make sure you don't get scammed. As always. As is cars, as in life. We'll make the necessary adjustments for you. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on YouTube. We're going to get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow with Dating Over 40. Some of the, I saw this interview the other day. And, yeah. Some of y'all still aren't learning. So, we're going to go into Dating Over 40 tomorrow. And then Thursday, we are off. I will be, doing some other things. So, again, no Thursday show. And I think that'll be it for the rest of the week. And then we'll start up again next week again, either 2 or 3 days a week, again, as my schedule will allow. So thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube. We're going to put this Brickgate fully to bed. Finally, it's hit the wall, and we know why. So thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live on IG and YouTube, sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Fall Winter line out now. And shorts coming soon. I am definitely moving on some shorts because we had some great shows last week, and they will be appearing in the coming days. So look out for that. And we're going to get out of here. It's just past the 2-hour mark, and I am going to relax for the rest of the evening. So good night from